Hey guys, welcome to Alice and Anna. My name is Anna, and as you can see, I'm back in London. Today's video is going to be about how to declutter. So, in case you didn't see my last video, I've been very decluttery because I basically packed up my entire room back in Mexico, and that meant that everything that I didn't have in London, I had to like reevaluate whether I needed it or I didn't need it. So I was like getting rid of everything, and then I got home to London, and also Alice is decluttering, so we're on a very like minimalistic mood. Although I can't proclaim myself as a minimalist because I'm clearly not. I love things, but I do try to keep it simple. I try not to like shop too much, and if I do, shop consciously and stuff like that. So here's my tips to start decluttering in your room, but this mostly applies to your closet though and your clothes. I feel like I'm not in focus. If I'm not in focus, I'm so sorry. So my first tip is to obviously go through your closet, see what you don't like. If there's anything you don't like, just take it out. That's really obvious, I know. But sometimes you don't want to let it go because you're like, oh, but what if I have this and what if I have that? And honestly, the way that I think about it and the way that I like let go of a lot of stuff is, can this be used by someone that needs it way more than I do? And if the answer is yes, and I'm not like 100% attached to it because I don't use it that much, I take it out. Specifically now with the pandemic, the economy is so bad and there's a lot of people that have been affected. And if you're in a position where you're privileged enough to be like, I am decluttering, I'm taking out so much clothes, instead of like selling it and stuff like that, you should probably look into donating. I find that really helpful. Just to say, hey, I'm helping someone out by taking out this shirt. That in my mind is like, okay, I'll take it out. In case you don't know what you do like, what you don't like, because you know, you see it and you're like, ah, what you can do is month by month or whatever, every 6 months, you can turn all your hangers inside out, and then once you wear something, put them back in their normal position. So that way at the end of the month, 6 months, or whatever time frame you're specifying it to, you can see which ones you have worn and which ones you haven't worn. That for me is really useful because you realize how often you actually do wear, because I think in our minds we're telling ourselves that we wear a lot more of our clothes than we actually wear. Another thing is organize your closet. If you don't organize your closet, you don't know how many things of the same thing you have. So for example, I keep all my long sleeves shirt together, and then the short sleeves, and then the sleeveless ones, and they're all together, and when I wash them I put them back in the same spots, not like specifically like by color or whatever, but that way I can see how many long sleeve shirts I have and how many short sleeves I have, so that way I can say, okay, I clearly don't need any more t-shirts, so next time I'm like shopping, I'm like, I'm not gonna buy any more t-shirts unless I fall in love with something. That also helps me realize like I have 2 black long sleeves that are the same. I can take one out. Especially for things that are like party things, like for example me, I never wear dresses. So having more than 2 dresses in my closet is the most stupid thing ever because I don't wear them. So I keep the dresses all together. You just have to keep one thing of each. So that's the other tip. It's really easy to get caught up in like buying more dresses and more stuff. But honestly, if you're not a person that wears dresses like me, only keep 1 dress and that's it, or 2, you know, it depends on like the mood. You want a day dress and a night dress, or a long dress and a short dress, that's fine. You know, it's not like you have to cut down on everything, but it's the simple fact of not having 3 black dresses, specifically if you don't use them. Of course, if you use them every day, like you should have them because that way you wash and whatever. Keep 1 or 2 of everything instead of thousands of everything. That's gonna cut down your closet so much. It's also really tough to get rid of things that are like sentimental, you know, like, oh, my grandmother gave me this sweater and stuff like that, but you don't wear or you don't even like. Sometimes you don't like them, but you're like, but this person bought it for me. My advice there is to take a picture of it and maybe like print it or take a Polaroid or something, because I have a little box that is for like memories, and it's a shoebox, and I mostly keep papers just because that is very like simple to keep and small and compact. So like anything like tickets or Polaroids or anything like that. So maybe you can just take a Polaroid of the sweater, or something with like you're wearing the sweater and you take a Polaroid with, I don't know, your friends or your grandmother or the person who gave you that. You take it and you put it in your memory box, and you can also donate that. So that's something you can do as well. Once you have decluttered everything, every single time you buy something, something must go out. So let's just say let's go back to the dresses. If I have one black dress and one white dress, and I see another black dress and I'm like, ooh, I like this way better than the one that I have at home, but I know that I'm not gonna wear both of these, then I'll get it, bring it home, and then the other one I'll donate. And that way your closet stays the same size instead of just piling and piling and piling. Because let's be honest, like we keep so many things like just in case, but that's a just in case, so like you never really use it. So it's good to just know everything like that. Also, the simple fact of saying, grabbing it, looking at it and saying, does it bring me joy? Does this sweater really make me happy? If no, gotta go. When it comes to stuff though, I don't particularly attach myself that much to stuff, but something that I do tend to do is like I forget that I want to like take it out. So my drawers, for example, get super cluttered, and one day I just open it and it's just like borderline filling up, and it's not something that I'm like sentimentally like attached to, but it's something that it's not in my view, so I don't think, oh, I have to organize it. Because I know that Alice is always saying that I'm super organized, but I am this organized because up here I'm a mess. So if it's not in my eyesight, I will not organize it, and it's a problem. So for example, my drawers are always a problem. So what I do is that I am very clear on what my drawers are designated to do. My drawer in my desk is for stationery and writing stuff and kind of like class stuff and documents. And then the one next to my bed is the one where I keep my journal, my book, some like hand cream and foot cream. That's it. And then I have baskets, and the baskets have their own little thing. So like I have my candy basket from Mexico, and then I have a shoebox full of like electronics and chargers and all of that. And then I have another basket that's all like my photo stuff. And then I have another basket that's like full of more stationary things that are like a lot less common. So like my stapler and my glue stick and stuff like that I don't use every day for stationery, but it's important for some other times. And that's it. Also about makeup, I try to keep it to like a one particular space. I bought this makeup container or whatever the name is, and if it doesn't fit in there, I do not need it. I don't need to have 40 bronzers, 300 mascaras, like it's just useless. So if it doesn't fit in there, I will take it out. I only use the first two drawers of the entire thing, and so that's what I mean. If you have a specific space for your things, so in this case my makeup, if it doesn't fit anymore, something has to go out. And I think that's a really good way of decluttering stuff. But honestly, just look at it, say, does this make me happy, yes or no? If it's a maybe, then ask yourself, will this be useful for someone else? If it's a yes, you should probably donate it. If it's a no, just reevaluate everything else. Like, how often do I use it? Does it take up too much space? Can I use that space for something else that's gonna make me way happier or more organized? And my final tip though is that when I'm cleaning out my closet, I usually try everything on, and it's a mess, but I try everything on because I find that my body changes so much within a year, and I usually clean out my closet every New Year's actually. I don't know why, I think it's just like a starting off fresh kind of vibe. I don't know if it's like water retention, or because that year I did work out, or that year I didn't. That year I was extra busy with work, I was walking extra, quarantine, whatever. Also style changes a lot, so I try everything on and then I see, okay, I clearly won't use a sweater because it's out of style, I don't like it anymore, my sense of style has changed so much, and I take it out. Or this doesn't fit me anymore, it's just a little bit too tight and I know that I'm not gonna wear it because it's tight. So trying it on once a year, seeing how the style has evolved and seeing what your style is now does help a lot too. chuck it out. Those are my tips for cleaning out your closet. If you have any other more tips, please comment them down below for everybody else to see. And we upload every Monday and Thursday, so don't forget to check out those videos. And if you subscribe, that will make us very, 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 very happy. So thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time. Goodbye.